I've been hitting the gym for a while now, and after enduring a countless number of injuries, I can confidently say that some exercises, if done incorrectly, can really fuck you up. Now, I'm not demonizing any of these exercises. I'll explain why some of these exercises can be dangerous and make your life easier by providing you with some safer alternate options, so stay tuned. What's up people, I'm Advait and welcome back. I know it's been a while. This channel is all about fitness and fashion for men without all the BS, so if you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Today I'll explain why these 5 exercises can be a high risk for your muscles, how you can safely perform them, or if you're still skeptical, what safer alternatives you can go for instead. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right in. The first one is something I call the Supreme Backbreaker. This is the exercise most people get their lower back injuries from, and that's because most of the time they're doing it wrong. I'm talking about squats, more specifically barbell squats. Listen guys, I get it. You get super pumped up to lift a crazy heavy weight with this one, but there's a limit before your lower back gives out, especially if you have a terrible form. Barbell squats is a great exercise for your legs. It's a compound movement involving your glutes, quads, hamstrings, and even your calves. The problem starts when you have the bar set too low, which can not only hurt your shoulders by itself, but also make you tend to round your upper back as you go down. The key thing here is to always keep the bar in the middle of your traps and keep them engaged. Another thing to remember is to go down straight as if you're sitting down on a chair as opposed to bowing down, which puts a lot of pressure on your lower back. Make sure you start the workout with lighter weights to help you fix your form and use a lifting belt to maintain it. I personally avoid this exercise as I've had quite a few injuries despite having a good form. So here's an alternative. Try using the hack squat machine. It's much safer as your lower back is supported against the backrest, which in turn helps you maintain a good form, and you can go a lot heavier with it. Plus, you have the added benefit of hitting the exact same muscles you'd hit on a regular barbell squat. Number 2 is another great exercise to fuck up your lower back if not done correctly, and that is deadlifts. Another great exercise where you can lift a lot of heavy weight to either get stronger or just boost your ego depending on your form. Deadlifts are probably one of the best exercises that hit your hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and even your core. But I strongly recommend using a lifting belt for this one if you're going heavy. Always ensure to keep your back straight and avoid rounding your shoulders forward. I recommend doing this exercise on a trap bar as it uses a neutral grip compared to the pronated grip used on the straight bar. This is more ergonomic than the straight bar and not only relieves some tension off of your wrists and forearms, but also avoids your shoulders rolling forward, which is very likely to happen on the straight bar as the weight is right in front of you. While the trap bar variation is a much safer alternative, another exercise you can try is back hyperextension with some weights. Now with this exercise, you definitely won't be lifting the weights you use for your deadlifts, but it's still super effective even with lighter weights. This exercise is focused on your lower back, and I personally do this as the only lower back exercise on my back days. Number 3 is your shoulder's worst enemy. I'm talking about the barbell bench press, and this includes incline, decline, and flat press. You might be confused and wondering how a chest workout can ruin your shoulders. But trust me, every time I've injured my shoulders is because of this workout using a barbell. I don't hate the exercise. It's a great compound movement that allows you to lift heavier than dumbbells. But the main challenge with this exercise is keeping your elbows close to your body, especially when you start going heavy. While there are some tricks like squeezing the bar and trying to twist your wrists to contract your forearms and keep your elbows together, it's still not perfect. You might notice that with heavier weights, your elbows start flaring out, which takes the effort away from your pecs and puts more strain on your rather fragile shoulder joints. Just last year, I remember popping out my AC joint on my left arm and bruising the medial delt on my right. It took me about 3 months to fully recover from it. The funny thing is, I was able to do my shoulder workouts just fine, but my shoulders would hurt only when I bench with a barbell. So I recommend you switch out the barbell with dumbbells, which gives you more isolated movements and also some freedom to control in case your elbows start flaring out. I agree you're compromising in terms of the weight you're lifting, but trust me, it's worth it, and you can build up the strength slowly and steadily to lift heavier weights. It's a much safer option to the barbell press, so the next time your shoulders are hurting, try switching it out with dumbbells. Another great alternative is the chest press machine. It's more stable as your lower back is supported against the backrest, so you don't arch too much and overextend your lower back. I have a video on my channel for the best chest workout, so check it out if you're interested. Number 4 is bicep cable curl. This one can really make your life miserable if you're doing it with less determination and more ego. I'm sure you've seen TikToks or Instagram reels reels of people tearing their biceps on this workout. I've been fortunate to not have experienced this firsthand, but I'm pretty sure it's not fun. This generally tends to happen on the bicep cable curl machine, as the added support for your elbows tends to give you a slight ego boost to go heavier. But the trade-off doesn't really sound fun, as it might take you weeks or even months in some cases to recover from a bicep tear, and it might meddle with your daily activities. So if you're doing bicep curls on a machine or a preacher bench, I highly recommend you don't go with super heavy weights, but go with lighter weights instead and focus on getting in more repetitions. Biceps are relatively small muscles, and you don't need to do much in terms of isolated movements to grow them. Furthermore, if you're hitting back or chest, you're working your biceps to a certain extent anyway. However, the reason we go with isolated movements like bicep curls or hammer curls is to get that muscle definition. If you're looking for a safer option, try the standing bicep curl with dumbbells, as the lack of support will get you to failure earlier and your elbows will give out sooner than you'd think. But if you really need that support and still want to keep the exercise safe, try doing it with dumbbells whilst leaning against a wall with your back straight. Another safer alternative is the seated bicep curl with dumbbells. This, in my opinion, is better for creating that muscle definition, as you get a better range of motion as your arms are on the side of your body. If you want to learn more, I have a video on the best bicep workouts to grow bigger arms, so make sure you check it out. Moving on to number 5 and the last workout on this list, we have leg press. This one's been a pain in the ass for me for the past 4 months. No, literally, I believe that this is the cause of my sciatica pain. I actually love this exercise, as it's a great workout for your quads and glutes. But the problem starts with your lower back placement when you start going super heavy. As a result, our lower back loses contact with the backrest and is no longer supported and starts to round off, especially when contracting our legs. This puts tremendous strain on your lower back, and it might lead to a herniated disc. It can lead to injuries ranging from a minor sprain in your lower back to something that stays with you for a while, like sciatica. I've suffered from it, and it's probably the worst kind of lingering pain I've ever felt. And this is coming from someone who's broken a bone and has had 2 surgeries in the past. But the good news is that it's definitely getting better. So make sure you have your form on point before you even start this workout. If you want safer options, try the quad extensions or hamstring curls for more isolated movements. If you want to hit your glutes, try the hack squats as I mentioned earlier. And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you have a great week ahead. I'll see you guys soon.